So yesterday you all could watch the program.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ji, Prabhuji.
Any problem in the program, the broadcast, audio was okay?
Everything was wonderful, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. All the way in Delhi we could hear and see beautifully.
पर कुछ
Thank you,
समझ नहीं
Prabhuji.
आया प्रभु जी.
Yes, we didn't understand anything. Language problem.
No, but you know those.
Prabhuji, there was one problem of the acoustics in the hall because the mic was echoing. So therefore online it resonated a lot.
Actually, the camera should take input from the mixer. This should be practiced in an auditorium. What happens is that the mixer, because if you take the sound from the surrounding, there will be echo, no doubt. But if you have a wire and or whatever way from the mixer, if you take input, then there will be no echo. You understand? After the sound is by speakers, there will be echo left, right, side. Chalo.
Yes, Prabhuji, maybe that happened. Hare
Now,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
so now this was the team of Kannada which came for Gaur Purnima. Now Ram Navami and Vyas Puja, which language? See, they made 2-hour dramas, 1.5 hour, another half an hour. Kannada department. Now we need Ram Navami and I don't know whether till now Gaur Purnima, no, Gaur Purnima is over. Narsimha Jayanti is, I think, the team of Narsimha is Gujarati team, I think. And Hema Mataji Feast drama should be at the end. Okay. And then after that is Rath Yatra. Rath Yatra, some indication the Tamil department. But we don't have still Rama Navami. Nice dramas and then festival. They're all cleaning the place now. Lot of work after the festival. Okay.
Prabhuji, if the team from Delhi could get together, we all live very far away from each other, but if we could get together, we could do something, Prabhuji, in Hindi.
Why you want to do online from there?
No, Prabhuji would like to come to Mangalore and do it to the temple, but I don't know who are the people from Delhi, Prabhuji.
Delhi.
Yes,
Who will
Prabhuji.
make Delhi ka group bana? Delhi ka group bana. My hometown. Prabhuji's hometown, Delhi. Group banana
Yes,
shuru.
Prabhuji. ठीक है
Okay?
प्रभु जी. Maybe
Okay?
I'll send a message to my.
I keep adding Delhi people there. Okay? Don't make the group. We'll tell the Hindi language leader, tell Janvi to make a group. Okay?
Okay, Prabhu ji. Okay, Prabhu ji. धन्यवाद. शुक्रिया प्रभु जी.
Then Delhi people can be one team. Okay? So,
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
so then we will solve.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram.
Supriti Mataji, what did you do Gaur Purnima?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji?
What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday I watched online Prabhuji.
Or you are online only?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, now we are ready. Jai Radha Mano Ma Jai Gopi Janavallabha
We can listen, Prabhuji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Cha tatha masam
Jityam cha tatha masam.
Shashte arbako dine
Shashte shashte arbako dine.
Trina pranadivi Shinai
Tirna parnadibhi shirne.
Tato abhyarchayam vibhum
Tanu abhyachayan vibhum.
Yam cha
Tataha. As mentioned above.
as mentioned above. Masam
Masam.
month.
Month.
Te shashte
Shashte shashte.
every sixth day.
Every 6 day.
Kaha
Arbakaha.
boy.
The innocent boy. Dine.
On day.
On days.
Parna adibihi.
Trina parna adibhi.
Leaves.
By grasses and leaves.
Nai
Irne. Which were dry. Pritannaha. Made for his food.
Abhyarchaya.
Abhyarchayan.
His method of worship.
And thus continued his method of worship. Vibhum.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead.
For the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
In the second month, Dhruva Maharaj ate only every 6 days, and for his eatables he took dry grass and leaves. Thus he continued his worship. In the third month, he drank only water. Drank water only every 9 days. He remained complete in trance and worshipped the Supreme Personality Godhead, who is adored by selected verses. In the fourth month, Dhruva Maharaj became a complete master of the breathing exercise, and thus he inhaled air only every 12th day. In this way, he became completely fixed in this position and worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By the fifth month, Dhruva Maharaj, the son of king, had controlled his breathing so perfectly that he was able to stand on only one leg, just as the column stands without motion, and concentrate his mind fully on the Parabrahma. He completely controlled his senses and objects, and in this way he fixed his mind without diversion to anything else upon the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The yogic principles of meditation are clearly explained here. One has to fix one's mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead without diversion to any other objective. It is not that one can meditate or concentrate on an impersonal objective. To try to do so is a simply waste of time, for it is unnecessarily troublesome, as explained in Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Continue. When Dhruva Maharaj thus captured the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the refuge of the total material creation, or to the master of all the living entities, the three words began to tremble.
Purport. In this verse, the particular word Brahma is very significant. Brahman means to one who not only is the greatest but has a potency to expand to an unlimited extent. How was it possible for Dhruva Maharaj to capture Brahman within his heart? This question has been very nicely answered by Jiva Goswami. He says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the origin of Brahman, for since he comprises everything material and spiritual, there cannot be anything greater than he. In the Bhagavad Gita also, the Supreme God says, I am the resting place of Brahman. Many persons, especially the Mayavadi philosophers, consider Brahman the biggest, all-expanding substance. But according to this verse and other Vedic literature such as Bhagavad Gita, the resting place of Brahman is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just as the resting place of the sunshine is the sun globe. Srila Jiva Goswami therefore says that since the transcendental form of the Lord is the seed of all greatness, he is the Supreme Brahman. Since the Supreme Brahman was situated in the heart of Dhruva Maharaj, he became heavier than the heaviest, and therefore everything trembled in all three worlds and the spiritual world. The Mahat Tattva, or the sum total of the material creation, is to be understood to be the ultimate end of all universes, including all the living entities therein. Brahman is the resort of the Mahat Tattva, which includes all material and spiritual entities. It is described in this connection that the Supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead, is the master of both Pradhana and Purusha. Pradhana means subtle matter such as ether. Purusha means the spiritual spark living entities who are entangled in that subtle material existence. These may also be described as para prakriti and apara prakriti, as stated in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, being the controller of both the prakritis, is thus the master of Pradhana and Purusha. In the Vedic hymns also, the Supreme Brahman is described as Antah Pravishtaha Shasta. This indicates that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is controlling everything and entering into everything. The Brahma Samhita 5.35 further confirms this Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham. He has entered not only this universe, but even the atom. In Bhagavad Gita 10.4, Krishna also says, Vishtabhyaham idam Krishnam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead controls everything by entering into everything. By associating constantly with the Supreme Personality in his heart, Dhruva Maharaj naturally became equal to the greatest Brahman by his association and thus became the heaviest, and the entire universe trembled. In conclusion, a person who always concentrates on the transcendental form of Krishna within his heart can very easily strike the whole world with wonder at his activities. This is the perfection of yoga performance, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 6.47. Yoginam api sarvesham. Of all the yogis, the Bhakti yogi, who thinks of Krishna always within his heart and engages in his loving transcendental service, is the topmost. Ordinary yogis can exhibit wonderful material activities known as Ashtasiddhi, 8 kinds of yogic perfection, but a pure devotee of the Lord can surpass these perfections by performing activities which can make the whole universe tremble. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Ashat Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Adharam Mahat Adinam Pradhana Purusheshwaram Brahmadhare Hamanasya Trayo Loka Cha Akampire. When Dhruva Maharaj thus captured the Supreme Personality, God of the refuge of the total material creation, who is the master of all living entity, the three words began to tremble. So I think many of you are experienced teachers. So we're all recovering from the festival, but we have many wonderful teachers here. Tremble, that is what the main focus there, how to make the world tremble. Look up in Prabhupada books, look up in different places, be ready at the end to add something. Now this is a very beautiful meditation. Generally, when we are young, when you walk, you want to make earth tremble. You want, everybody should notice that. Correct? People should get up. Because of a desire to be an independent enjoyer, to be an independent personality, with a desire to lord over all the living entities. These anarthas are there within our heart. We want to be noticed. We want to be recognized. We want everybody to respect us. Mana, puja, pratishtha. Varieties of anarthas are there within our heart. So whenever we enter an assembly, we want assembly should tremble. Everybody should look at that. We want our entrance to an assembly to be noticed. Unlike Daksha, somebody for some reason didn't say Hare Krishna, somebody did not look at you. We tremble with anger, envy, jealousy for that person. We have an artificial estimation of our own greatness, ahankara. Everybody, I have ego. One person was justifying to me. He was extremely rash. And I asked him, why you are so rash? Some karmi. He said, no, I have an ego. I do so much for the society. Therefore, I have an ego. Ego. That's what they want, world to tremble. Even senior officers in army, when they enter somewhere, sir has come. There the discipline is very strict. Or even, in ordinary material organization, oh, he has come, everybody trembles. Even in schools and colleges, that's called ragging. What is the birth of ragging? That's the same foundation. The seniors want the juniors to recognize their presence. They know they are not studying 1 minute, but simply senior, right? And they want the world to be tremble. But you cannot match Dhruva Maharaj. He made the whole universe tremble. Whole universe is trembling. Even the Devatas, everybody ran to Vishnu. Similarly, we have the instance many instances where somebody advances the devotion so much. So generally what picture we have with us, all what we did in our life before we had the fortune to come to the shelter of Srila Prabhupada is watch these silly movies. Some unfortunately are still doing that even after understanding Krishna consciousness. But at least some people have stopped that. They're more mature. Asat Sangha Tyaga Ei Vaishnavachara. Vaishnava behavior is not to become asat, not to do sinful activities, but to keep away from people who do sinful activities. Sri Sangi Eka Krishna Abhaktara. What is the definition of asat? Who is involved in woman. Sri Sangi means for woman man, for man woman. And Krishna Abhaktara. So one who is a sensual person and person who has no trace of devotion in his heart, keep away from them. Just keep away. That is the definition of Vaishnava. Not that to become asat, to keep away from asat. Become asat, then it's not a Vaishnava. But you want to become Vaishnava means keep away from this. Sri Sangha and Krishna Bhakti. Sitting and watching movies means, or silly videos means, you have Krishna Bhakti is lacking. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya. Somebody lacks Bhagavad Bhakti, then Mandalam Lokaranjanam. He start delighting in the dead bodies, with the jumping around. But when the trace of Krishna Bhakti goes in the heart, then he is Swadav Swadav, keeps drinking that pleasure. He is not interested in the Kachara world. That's a Bhakti Pareshanubhava Virakti Anyatya Syat. When Bhakti develops in the heart, the proof of that is Virakti should have come. Correct? Jnana Vairagya goes together. You are feeling attraction to the Lord, that is Bhakti. Then Vairagya should also parallelly manifest. Okay. So to make the world tremble, that's what we saw, used to see in movies. And what will be there? Some hero will be there. He will kill or beat 10,000 villains. He's making the world tremble. And because India, the land is spiritual, in movies also some spiritualists will come. He will have some tapasya, and by the tapasya he will capture a ghost with that power. By that tapasya he will, shake everything. There is not even a trace of bhakti in that whole thing. We saw Ravana, we hear about Hiranyakashipu. They also made the world tremble. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were doing tapasya, universe was shaken. That's true. But what are the results? First thing, there was no bhakti in that. As such kind of artificial tapasya to get some, develop some punya to rule the universe was very soon ended with Narasimha was torn to pieces and thrown away. When Prahlad Maharaj had asked for Narasimha, I want to bless you, ask a blessing. So Prahlad Maharaj said, my dear Lord, I saw in front of me my own father with so many material opulences, just in a second everything thrown away by your finger. Down. What is the use of this temporary? Kim asat karma bhi. There is very nice statement. Kim asat karma bhi bhave. Kim asat karma bhi bhave. I don't know where I read. Continuously, all the shlokas in Bhagavatam end with that instruction. Kim asat karma bhi bhave. Kim asat karma bhi bhave. Somebody can locate that, put in the chat. What is the use of the temporary, sensual, material activities? What is the use of the Kim asat karma bhi bhave? Prabhupada says the very reason the Americans easily came to ISKCON fold was they were fed up of material activities. So they easily were frustrated and they took up something positive. But in India, they are hoping, maybe some are still hoping, that I'll go to America and it'll heaven and I'll be very happy. Kim asat karma bhi. You cannot practice spiritual life in this kind of a platform. Oh. Located. Who is speaking that statement? Kim asat karma bhi bhave. Okay, this is Narad Muni giving instruction to the. Thank you, thank you. So this is the Narad Muni giving instruction, okay? Yes, to the sons of Daksha. The sons of Daksha, thousands of them had gone to the bank of a river, they are taking bath in a holy river, they purified, doing tapasya. But the end of was, I'll become grahastha, have sex, produce nice children. That's it. No idea about spiritual life. So Narad Muni said, Kim asat karma bhi bhave. What is the use of the temporary sensual activity? He said, okay, very good. Just imagine. One statement of this, just put in this life, Kim asat karma bhi bhave. Just keep meditating on that. What is the use of this temporary sensual enjoyment? Just one line. Prabhupada said, each word is a boon for the human society. Each and every word. Kim asat karma bhi bhave. But we are not really convinced. We feel there is maybe some enjoyment in this world, and therefore the life is going on. So to shake. But you will never see anybody making the world tremble by his pure devotion. There is no idea of pure devotion in the society. No idea. Therefore, people are misunderstanding. Now, if they see the whole sequence of Dhruva Maharaj, their main focus will be on what? With tapasya, what he did. Once in 6 days he was eating. Once in 9 days he was drinking water. Most of us, you know? What? We get really impressed by that. But actually what really thing to be impressed about is that he was holding the Lord within his heart. True? That nobody is noticing. Nobody is noticing the real thing that he was doing. So we may be doing varieties of tapasya, but if you are not attentively sitting and attentively chanting our 16 rounds, then the real thing is missed. Oh, he doesn't sleep. Oh, he doesn't eat. Oh, these are all kim asat karma bhiva. It's not very important. But is a person able to hold the Lord within his heart? And then, see what happens. You cannot give Krishna consciousness if you don't have. You cannot give. By artificial arrangements. By artificial arrangement and so many things. You can do everything except making somebody a devotee. Making somebody a devotee is very difficult activity actually. Correct? Isn't it? You try, you meet a non-devotee and you try to convince them with Krishna consciousness is actually a very difficult work. You can give the mobile to Gaurav. So it's a very difficult activity to convince somebody to surrender to Krishna. And actually this is real work. You know, sometimes people get very much trouble. Oh, many states in India, conversion is going on. They get very distressed. But actually it is not a joke to give God to somebody. It's all dramas, meaningless dramas. When India was 1,000 years, so many invaders came to rule. They're all. But the real work cannot be done unless you elevate your consciousness. we somehow become disturbed, distracted by seeing jumping of monkeys in this world. Suppose they're sitting, lot of dogs. They have seen they gather and start running something. We could destroy. Kim asat karna. What is the use? What do you think? So similarly, a big election is happening, big election. Please do not become distracted. These are meaningless pursuits. Waste of time to give half second to such things. Do not waste your time. Just do not waste your time. These are just monkeys jumping here and there. They cannot do any good for anybody. Nobody. Right? Bhagavad Bhakti Dinasya. Somebody doesn't have devotion to the Lord in his heart, whatever it may be. Just like even say building this temple. If we are not maturing, advancing in spiritual life, I tell you there is no use of building this temple. Just like a bike. Now we are giving class to now 5 people. I can give class to 5,000 people. Probably when the temple is there, instead of 5 people, 5,000 people will be sitting when you take a bhagavad. But if I have no trace of devotion in my heart, people will come and go without me giving them any spiritual benefit. Do you appreciate the point? So always, internal work is more important than external. Correct? If you have to prioritize, what is the use if a person gains the whole world but loses his soul? Yeah? Famous saying. So similarly, these things may go on. Correct? But if you are not internally developing a Krishna consciousness, and which begins by attentive chanting of the holy name, and that's a test. If you are really able to sit and attentively chant the 16 words of the Hare Krishna mantra into 108 beats, into 16 rounds every day, it's a kind of a litmus test. Is everything going right in your spiritual life? You may be doing big activities, but no interest to chant. Then something is wrong. You have to attend to that. Just like when you make a building, the foundation should be strong. In fact, my very dear colleague who is helping us build this temple, he looked at me. You will have knee problem. Why? Foundation is weak. Your body is becoming bulky. Reduce your weight. He was joking to me. So it was said in such a soft tone. I said, yes, I should do something now because age is picking up now. Knee problem is very common. Yeah? So foundation is weak and your body is bulky. You will very soon have knee problem. So similarly, in your spiritual life also, if the foundation is weak, then you are trying to develop anything, anytime it will come. We have seen that people, externally maybe appearing, doing big responsibilities, very soon collapse to some obnoxious sensual activity. So always the foundation has to be strong. Correct? As leaders, we are giving example to people. And then, when your foundation is strong, you are tightly holding the lotus feet of Guru, Srila Prabhupada, yesterday, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can, by your spiritual activities, make the world tremble. That's Prabhupada is mentioning that. Now you tell me the examples. First is the hero, Srila Prabhupada himself. Now, generally when people talk about making the world tremble, we think about Ashtanga yogis. True? Some dhum, tapasya, tam, tum, something they do. We do not really think about a bhakti yogi. Do we think? No. When Vaman Deva was walking, the earth was shaking. But that's the Lord himself. Correct? So, what example can you all think about a devotee? Srila Prabhupada did. In fact, in America, in the parliament, when Srila Prabhupada was preaching, it was discussed by one of the members that our country is in danger. this Hare Krishna movement is spreading like cancer. You have to stop it. So Prabhupada started laughing. He said, yes. See, he made the world tremble. He was a celebrity of his time and people were scared. The Swamiji has come. When England Prabhupada entered at the airport, why you come here? Just trembling in fear. Swamiji has come, correct? In fact, when Prabhupada takes a class, even the Mayavadis or atheists were trembling. Such force, such convictions. There was once Srila Prabhupada was sitting in a room and chanting. Suddenly a Mayavadi entered. So why do you say God is like that, I am God, you are God, everybody is God? He started his garbage. Prabhupada sitting and chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. After some time Prabhupada said, finished? He was shocked. Then Prabhupada started quoting and then started scolding with authority. He fell at Prabhupada's feet. He fell at his feet totally. See, he made him tremble. It's not that, and actually I tell you, if a Mayavadi comes or some atheist comes, because of lack of convictions when he argues with you, your legs will tremble. Because we are holding on to Krishna consciousness not with realization. We are actually holding on to Krishna consciousness with maybe good association. Maybe I like that devotee very much, so I am practicing Krishna consciousness. But if there is a realization, there is a lack, your legs will tremble. True? Somebody come, I want to challenge you. There is no God. Shri Radha Govinda ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Somebody comes, I want to challenge you. Just like Prabhupada was in the airport. What does they say? Anna? So Prabhupada says that, correct? He was landing in England. What did he say? People say there is no God, God is dead, I am God. I've come to challenge anybody who says like that and prove to him the God. Wonderful. Take care. So now I want my wonderful devotees, you raise your hand when you know somebody made the world tremble in a Bhakti Yogi, not Ashtanga Yogi. Yes, Aishwarya Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So, I think trembling also can be like two types, where it can be either due to spiritual ecstasy. So that is like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also exhibited the Ashtasati Vihar. Or it can be like material, like Arjuna had when he trembled in the Kurukshetra. And as you said, yes, when Hiranyakashipu raised his eyebrows, even Indra used to tremble. And I saw some example like when Balram put the plow, the whole earth was trembling. And when Durvasa Muni ran, the Sudarshan Chakra came behind him, he was trembling. So, and when the Lord Ram got angry, when the ocean was trembling. But in ecstasy, when Krishna used to play his flutes, even the trees used to tremble. So that's about Krishna's sweetness. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, you continue the discussion. Some guests have come. Okay, I have to leave. Okay? Take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vipin Vilas Prabhu, you can add something. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandot Pranam, you already covered so many examples. Most of the you covered actually. So you covered Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Karjun, so many. So whatever in my mind already you take. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Dhanya Dharmesh Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I am able to recollect one of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu sloka wherein Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada has mentioned about the characteristics of a Krishna consciousness, like Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe, Yukta Vairagyam Uchyate. So we should have that type of that is leaving the material, that is worldly things, and then only fixing on the fixing our mind in the Krishna consciousness. That's what I would like to share actually.
Yeah, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna Mataji. So Malati Mataji says about Ambarish Maharaj, Haridas Thakur. Yes. So these are the devotees who had these symptoms of ecstasy, trembling. So like when somebody is in ecstasy, they will be like tears in the eyes, the hairs will stand on end, the body, the whole body starts trembling. Like even the gopis and Radharani, when they missed Krishna, even they were trembling. So these are all Ashta Sattvic Vihar. So the method to differentiate between trembling with fear, that is material, and spiritual is that there won't be fear in spiritual ecstasy. So somebody is in spiritual ecstasy, there won't be fear, but they'll be trembling. But somebody is in material trembling, there will be fear. Hare Krishna, everyone. Anybody like to add anything to Preeti Mataji? Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, Mataji, I would like to add, the people who tremble with fear have demonic qualities. Like in Bhagavad Gita, we saw when Lord Krishna blew his conch shell, the Kauravas were trembling with fear. Whereas when they blew the conch shell, the divine qualities which Pandava side had, they didn't have any such fear trembling.
Yes.
I feel the moment your fear gets converted into faith, then definitely you will start feeling the ecstatic feeling. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Priya Mataji, Hare Krishna. Anybody
Rupa
else?
Goswami, Mataji, Rupa Goswami.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So Rupa Goswami, all the Goswamis actually, they had
All the
this trembling.
Goswamis. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Sridevi
Krishna,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Anybody likes to add anything? Okay. Or you can put in the chat. Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody have any questions, or can we end here? So today is Jagannath Mishra Mahotsav, in the sense when like Nandolsav, right? After the day after Janmashtami is Nandolsav, where Nanda Maharaj used to give charity to the Brahmanas because of the happiness of Krishna's birth. Similarly, now Jagannath Mishra, that is Mahaprabhu's father, also does charity today, and he celebrates this as Jagannath Mishra's Mahotsava. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.